Okay, we'll get started in just a few. Patsy's getting her kit ready to go. And this one's called Time to Make Memories. So as we are waiting for people to hop on here and Patsy's getting her kit ready, I am going to go over the private reserve kits just real quick so you can see them while we're killing some time, letting everybody get on there. So our private reserve 3-day scrapbook weekends are so much fun. We go to 4 different cities, and we also do it live online just like we are today. That one's in November. So if you're not close to one of these cities or you're not flying in to see us, which there's actually quite a few people that fly in to do the events, you also have the option of doing it online if you can't make it. But there is 4 different events in person in Pennsylvania, Texas, Washington, and California. If you're thinking about doing the Pennsylvania or the California one, there's only a few seats left in both of those. But what you get in one weekend is a ton of stuff. We do 9 classes. You end up creating 28 pages for mini projects. You get a 12 by 12 album that is designed specifically for this event. And this is the album for this year. You get catered lunches, all kinds of stuff. So if you were, the weekend is $349, but if you were to buy all of these products singly, in classes and everything that we give out, because we give out armloads of stuff, it would be over a $500 value. And we do the weekends for $349. $359, I'm sorry. She corrected me. So the weekend's $359, but you go home with well over $500 in product, classes, make and takes, giveaways. We load your arms up. We do some interactive pages. You get all of our new papers. Friday night we do a crop with lots and lots of giveaways and a class. And then Saturday we do classes all day. So we start filling your album with the 28 pages. We finish 20 pages on Saturday alone. And then on Sunday we do classes again all day. These all have a little extra with them. Some of our fun little flip books and interactive pages. This is an event where you learn lots of new techniques. So I'm just going to flip through real quick here. This one opens up to a book and a little pocket. Lots of fun techniques throughout the weekend. So Friday night, big crop party, giveaways. Saturday, classes all day, catered lunches. Sunday, we do classes again so that you're making more pages for your album. We have bonus classes. The event doesn't start until Friday evening, but if you are able to join us on Friday during the day, you get to add on some classes if you would like to. So these are just a few of there's room for pictures in there. These are just a few of the classes that we have at the event. If you have gone to one of our events, let us know in the comments if you loved it, what you liked about it, so we can try and get these filled up this year. York, Pennsylvania, and Palm Springs are very, very close to being sold out. If you have any questions, let us know. We're going to get started with your album here. There's also, we do deals at the event for a bundle for extra product. Anyway, tons of fun at the event. If you're not signed up yet, get signed up, grab your seat, and join us at one of our 3-day private reserves. And we are going to get started with Time to Make Memories. Let me get this set up for you. Oh, and we're starting off with the train prize. I can hear a train coming. Okay, getting this set up. Okay, if you haven't punched out pieces, go ahead and let's do that. You will need all clock parts. And just about everything's going to get used at up throughout the class, so go ahead and punch out everything. And set your little pieces aside. Okay, and we'll draw for a train prize here. And the winner is... Oh, okay. I grabbed two. Hang on. Jane Butts, honey, how are you? I miss you. I haven't seen you in ages. You are a train prize winner. Geraldine Loomis, you were also a train prize winner. Congratulations to both of you. Okay. There's a lot going on out there today. We got cops. We got. Oh yeah. We have sirens. I guess we can do a siren prize. We could. We'll draw one more. We'll draw one more. This is for the siren. And Susie Waters, you are a siren prize winner. Okay, so let's get started here. And we are going to do a little bit of cutting. And what you're looking for, let me find the pieces here. You're looking for a piece of paper that has a round brick pattern on it. Looks like this. Looks like that. And the other one is dark blue. So find those two pieces of paper, and your cutting diagram is on the main instruction sheet this time, so you can see it at the bottom left. And I'm not going to tell you what the dimensions are. I'm going to have you set this right in front of you, and you can use your own. But what I will say is, if you cut out these 3x4 pieces here first, go across and cut them out 4 inches, and then cut 3 pieces that are 3 inches, and the same over here. If you do that, you're not cutting right in, cutting your 5x7.5 or your little pieces in half. So I would start with these pieces at the bottom of both diagrams. So get your diagram out, lay it in front of you, and give you a few minutes here to get things. And then our chalk ink colors, while you're cutting those, are Dragonfly, Rustic Acorn, and Navy. So I think the rain's let up just a little bit here, but our little boys out playing base. I think all across America, every baseball field has been filled day and night practically for the entire duration. I think baseball's starting to wind down a little bit. You have just a couple more weekends, Stacy?
Yeah. 2 more weeks.
2 more weeks. And she's got 2 baseball players and 1 track runner, so she is a busy, busy girl.
Somebody said on the last one that they love your light blue ring.
My light blue?
Your ring.
Okay, well, I just bought that in
Puerto Rico, I think. There's a name for that stone, and I can't think of what it is right now. Then I just bought me this one in Bali. I watched them make it. It was pretty impressive, and so therefore you spend. That's how they get you to spend money on jewelry. I am not really a jewelry person. I like long, skinny rings. I don't spend much on jewelry, but you know what? I did this time. I think I might have put it on the company card too.
You deserve it.
Do not tell on me. They make fun of me because I have been known to do that without. Okay, how's it going? A little bit more time to cut these pieces out. And again, I would start with the ones at the bottom left first, the little ones. And you should be okay on this paper anyway, because you have a lot left over in case you mess up. But okay. So what we're going to do a little bit of here, first of all, I'm going to move this stuff out of the way for the moment. Our backgrounds are this gorgeous compass paper. I love this paper. Love it, love it, love it. But you have an arrow that looks like this, and that is the first thing that's going to go on this page 1. So if you want to chalk those edges up a little bit, we have dragonfly out. Let's try that on there. Try something different if you want to, and just to see what happens. That works well on it. If you want to chalk up, this is a little harder to chalk because it's so flimsy and skinny, but you can throw a little color on it if you want to. And again, our colors that we suggested are dragonfly, rustic acorn, and our navy. I'm really liking that rustic acorn for a brown. Okay, so you get that chalked up just a little bit. Let's trim off the labels off of our background paper. Actually, I'm going to leave this here for a minute. So we're going to do a little bit of some fun chalking with this great big clock. I love this big clock. So lots of options here. I'm just going to lay it out on a scrap paper. I should get a white scrap paper so you can see. Can you grab me one, Stace, a 12 by 12 white or something light colored? Instead of this chipboard, it just blends in. Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to call this a scrap paper, even though it's a nice, pretty white paper. What's kind of fun with these, and especially if you have newer inks, I'm going to mix up some colors here. If you want it to look kind of like a tarnished copper color, where you get that fun blue color, let's throw in just a little bit of that up here just to see what happens. And I'm going to do it just randomly over the whole entire piece. And I'm using the dragonfly on this. In some spots you can make it a little bit darker. And I'm going to start with the dragonfly because if you come back in with a brown or a different color, it's going to mess up your ink a little bit. So start with the ones that would show a darker ink easier, and then use the darker ones as you come back in with some color. So we're just going to play here a little bit. Now this is dragonfly. I'm going to see what this looks like. This is sapphire, and I haven't really used this a lot, but I'm going to see what it does. It's also a whole entire different color to add back into that. Okay, that's sapphire. I'm going to put in some rustic acorn, and see how it makes it kind of look like rusty metal or tarnished metal. So there's a couple of different colors. So play with that just a little bit and grab out some colors that you think would work. Almost all of them work. This one is just kind of fun when you're trying to get something that's more of a copper look or bronze. Okay, I'm going to try some navy just for fun. Okay, I'm going to go here, I think. And you don't have to even cover up all of the chipboard. You can just do little bits of it so that parts of that will even show through. So see there, that navy, dragonfly, sapphire, and rustic acorn. All those are perfect colors to add just a little bit of character to your clock. Looks like an antique clock. Antique, I don't know if that's a word or not, but we're going to make it a word. So that is fun. Now, I'm going to come back down here where this won't show, so don't waste your ink on this part right here. That's why it's left like this. This little laser right here probably took 8 or 9 minutes to run on the laser machine. So anytime we can eliminate something that's not going to show, we do that. Because these, you can run one piece at a time. You can't stack them up and run a whole bunch. It's one at a time. We do have double heads on the lasers, but so that helps. But it's still really time consuming, especially this time of year when we have private reserves coming up. We have that machine running. High school kids come in, kids that needed, and adults that need a little extra job right now. We have that machine running non-stop. The only time we turn it off is because we're doing a video. Let me try this one more time here. Okay, is everybody playing with your inks and getting lots of fun color into this? This is my favorite part, is just making a mess and seeing how much fun it is when you finally get finished with it. Lots of fun colors in that. So once you get to where, like I said, don't do this part because it won't show, and I'll show you why. You have a couple little photo mats, covers up that space there, but once you get done playing with it and adding some character into that with your inks, we can get busy starting to put things together. Okay, and then so the first thing is you're looking for this star shape that's going to go in behind the center of your clock. So it will do this. In behind the center of your clock. Okay, so let's go ahead and add a little adhesive to hold that in place. And again. Oh, I hear another train. All right, Stacy's drawn Stacy's drawn a name, and drum roll. Tim Johnson, you are a train prize winner. Tim, good job.
I wonder
Good
if
job.
Tim's actually doing
Yeah,
these
I want to see your page when you get it done. Okay.
Good work, Tim.
Okay, so you get that star in behind. And then the next thing you're going to add is, in behind is a big navy circle. Okay. So go ahead and take a minute and get that glued in behind. I like all that color in that clock on that chipboard. So this little arrow, I don't know if I told you to glue that on, but let's do it before we get that circle glued down. It goes on before anything else on your page. Down very close to the bottom. And then once you get that blue behind the numbers, then you will add some adhesive to the back here, and then we'll get it completely adhered to your background page. Just make sure your 12's at the top. That would be something I would do, is put my 12 at the bottom, but then you just turn it around, I guess. Okay. And then once you get that glued down, you have a skinny little aqua ring. Aqua ring will go on. And then you have another skinny little aqua ring. All these are pretty much from the same round die cut. And that one goes there. And everybody should have gotten in their kit a little package of bling, or little rhinestones. I'm not sure what you call these kind of, they're not really
We call
rhinestones.
them flat back pearls.
Flat back pearls, Stacy said. Okay, get out your purple, shiny purple flat back pearl. And that will go right into the center of your block. Actually, first we're going to put on these little...
Holy smokes, there's
I know, it's just pouring the rain again. I'm so glad I'm inside. Okay, some little teal hands, those go on. So you have a big skinny circle for the outside, a little skinny circle that goes on closer to the center, and then you have two little arrows, and those are your clock hands. Those go on. And then your purple flat-backed, whatever Stacy called it, pearl. So, the main part of this is done. Now we're just gonna, oh my gosh, you can't even hear me talk, I'm sure. It is
the
absolutely,
loudest I think it's ever been.
oh my word, this is ridiculous. So enjoy the Washington rain while we get caught up here. I bet some of you wish that you could have this rain. We'd give it to you for a day. We seem to have plenty until August comes, and then we have forest fires because we don't have any rain. Okay, so I'm going to start yelling, I guess. You have 3 photo mats that are dark blue. Like this, they're all the same size, okay? Make sure they're all the same size.
I've honestly never heard it quite this
No,
loud.
I've never heard. It's probably our parking lot is. We're probably going to be flooded when I get home back home. Our house floods occasionally. And then 3 brick papers. These go onto the fronts. So these brick papers, I would totally suggest your rustic acorn. Let's throw some color on edges of these. So the little brick pieces are 3 by 4, and the dark blue are just slightly bigger than that. So let's add some rustic acorn to the edges of our brick pieces. And then let's glue those together right quick. And mount the brick onto the dark blue in the center of each one. And the rain is over. The monsoon is over. So how many of you out there are wishing you could have a little bit of this rain?
Well, Patty Kelly Ramming said, please send that rain to Texas.
I thought Texas would probably be one of the places. Arizona probably could use a little bit. Yeah, we're not sharing. Sorry. We kind of like it here. We'll pray for rain on your end. Okay, and then these, lay these out wherever. And you might want to just wait till you get pictures to put on these before you glue them down. There is, before you glue them down, there's these 3 little banner pieces that go in behind each here at the top, and they need a little bit of chalk ink on them also. So they're going to glue just at the top left, in behind each one of these, okay, before you glue them down. But you might even want to just wait until you get a picture, 3 pictures to put on those, and then glue them on all at the same time. But pretty much this page is done. So I'll give you a couple of minutes here to get things pulled together, get your little photo mats all ready to go. Even if you glue them on or not, they'll be ready. Get your rings on. Get your little rhinestone in the middle, your little clock hands. And that was pretty easy. We got page 1 all taken care of. I think I even got through that without any hiccups. Hey, you know what though? I'm 75. You have to give me a break because I am not mentally all here most of the time. I show up for work sometimes I don't. The girls just say, they just laugh. They know mom's probably not here when she should be, but
No.
that's the way it is. My girls are so awesome to take. I love working with my daughters. It's the best thing ever. They are so much more organized than I am. They're extremely creative, and yep, I just love it. I feel really blessed. Okay, so if you can, let's move on to page 2. And we're looking here at same background paper. And let me get my pieces out here for page 2. Okay, again, same background. I'm going to punch out these little circles and put them in my little, I have this tiny little thing here. So I forget to mention this again. I'm going to mention this again. For those of you who weren't here when we first got started, this little finger, I want to say condom, and it's not. What do you call it?
That's what Mary's calls it.
Oh yeah, Mary calls it that. Finger caught. If she uses these to package her kits with, so if she sticks them in once in a while to the kits that go out to our class people, and if you get one of these, she has one of these cute little mini tear-off calendar. Look at that, isn't that just sweet? And it sits on your desk like this. But there's 3 of those, so if you ended up with a little finger caught in your, you know what? Well, I'm going to show you this too. I just ran across this. I just designed this the other day. This is one of the free make and takes for private reserve. So if you're going to a private reserve, just know that you get to make one of these. It's fun, simple, but we always have some free make and takes, and then we always have some for charity. So just know that that's part of it. So the first thing that you're going to do on page 2 is you have a chipboard arrow, and let's do this to this chipboard arrow that we did to our, so it matches our clock. And again, I'm going to throw in some colors here. That there's some dragonfly, and here is some, I'm going to do some sapphire. I'm doing some patting it in, and then you can rub in a little bit when you want it a little bit darker. And then I'm going to add in some dark blue. That just makes it look really old. And then I'm going to add in some of the rustic acorn. So now our little arrow, our little chipboard arrow, looks more like our clock. And then this chipboard arrow will go here, and you have another arrow, a teal one, and you can chalk those edges just a little bit if you can, like we did on page 1. It's harder to chalk because it's flimsier paper, but it's pretty much just going to go on. We'll glue these on so it looks like this. Okay. So chalk up that arrow so it matches whatever colors you used on your clock. And then you have a 5x7 tan brick piece and a slightly larger blue. And we're going to chalk up the edges of our tan brick, our 5x7 tan brick. This will be our photo mat, our bigger photo mat for page 2. And sometimes when you're chalking, it's kind of nice to get those edges, just those corners a little bit more than the edges. It just adds a little bit more vintagey look to it. And then if you want to add some navy to the edges of, and I will do that just so we can see what it looks like, navy to the edges of your blue. Navy works really well on this because it's much darker and it shows up really well. So I'm going to get my little arrows glued down here. Get your arrows glued down, get your brick glued to your background, your blue background. So, and this will go on 1.5 inches from the left and about 1.5 inches down from the top. Now we're not going to glue this down solid because I want to show you why. You're going to go left, right, and the bottom because here is where you can tuck in. We're going to make 3 little tags that tuck into the top of this as a pocket, and then you have 3 more spaces for pictures. Okay. So just make sure when you glue that down, you leave the top open for a pocket. So 1.5 from the left, 1.5 from the right, from the top. Something like that. Just make sure you don't put any adhesive here at the top because it's a pocket. Okay, then next you're going to locate this little half circle. And if you want to chalk up the edges, this is a good time to do that. You don't really need to do, well, it might show a little bit. I'm thinking, let's just do this round part. Leave the other part just as is. But you can either tuck it under just slightly or leave it as it looks like part of a full circle. And the reason why we don't have a full circle to tuck behind there, I hear a train coming again.
What's with all the real short ones today?
Cheryl Schleter, you are a winner. Congratulations. So, once you get this little half circle chalked up, you're going to add it to your page, right flush to the right side of your mat. And the reason why we don't have it continue all the way through is because it interferes with tucking your tags down in. So it just makes it look like it is a full circle, but it's not. So let's go ahead and add your half circle. And it's about a 1/4 of an inch to a 1/2 inch down from the corner of your background of your mat, okay? A 1/4 to a 1/2 inch, about a 1/4 of an inch down from that corner. So it should look like this. And then you have a 3 1/4 by 4 1/4 brick paper, and it will go onto a slightly larger orange paper, and then it will go on to a teal tag. Now keep in mind there's 3 tags that are exactly the same size, and they're bigger, and they have a hole at the top. Those are the tags that will tuck down into your pocket up here. So what you're looking for is the smaller tag with no hole. You're looking for an orange mat and a 3 1/4 by 4 1/4 brick that goes on the front of the orange. So this will layer up like that, and that is also a photo mat. So let's go ahead and chalk edges here. Doing the edges of the orange and this rustic acorn. And then I'll use the dragonfly on the tag. So there's other tropical blues that you could use on this tag too if you chose to. Baja blue is always a good choice, no matter what you're putting it onto, it always works. There's a turquoise, there is, I can't think right now, but there's several other tropical blues. So there's your tag. We're going to add some adhesive to the back of the orange mat. And that centers evenly on the left, right, and bottom. Even a little space at the top. And then your brick mat will go here. And it goes onto your page about like this. We do have one more piece. I would put this on before you glue it on. You have the skinny little half circle of teal dot paper that fits right around the edge of your half circle. So go ahead and get that on, get it glued down. And it should just cover right along the very edge, butt up right against the the edge of your blue half circle. Then you can glue this one down. Add your little purple rhinestone to the top.
It says, what about the trim for the half circle? Oh, around, I bet around that blue? Or-
Yeah, yes, that's just a skinny little piece of teal dot that goes around the trim for the half circle. Yes, and that needs to go on before you glue this piece down, this tag down. And I did kind of forget that, so we got it covered now. So locate the three, once you get that glued down, your little half circle and your tag, locate the three tags that are exactly the same size, and we're going to, you can use either side that you want to, but we're going to use the teal dot side on one of them. On one of them we'll use the blue plaid. And these are just basically photo mats to be able to add more pictures into a layout that maybe you don't want to necessarily put on the layout, but you can tuck them down inside, and they stay with the rest of your pictures that are from the same theme. Okay, so three tags, three different colors, and in your I don't know what I did with my little bling packet. Let me get out another one. You have a little tiny clip. I don't know what I did with it. I had it because I got the things out of it.
Oh, right.
Probably in the floor. Probably on my elbow. It's probably on the bottom of my shoe. Oh well. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter. I'm just going to show them how this works. You have three tags. They're all clipped together with a tiny little pin. You'll open up that pin, slide it through, and then once you get those all hooked together, they tuck down into... Actually, we need to put on... I forgot those little circles. You have three little tiny chipboard circles. Those, again, you could chalk them up just like you did your... Let's put them on this paper and we'll do that. Add some color to these just like you did your clock part and your so I just added some rustic acorn to those. Those will be glued to the tops of each tag. That way that little hole doesn't tear out once you add that little pin that goes into there to hold everything in place. Okay, so there you go. Three tags that can hold pictures front and back if you want to. The little pin in your tiny little embellishment bag that we got the little rhinestones from. Wrap that through there, clip it shut, and then this will tuck down into the top of your photo map. And then the only thing left is, what time is it? Oh, we're doing good. The only thing left is you need to locate some pieces here. You'll cut this out of your embellishment paper. You'll cut this one out. These pieces are all part of the clock, and actually we have one more. I forget there's so many little chipboard pieces to this, but here's another piece of chipboard if you want to chalk it up a little bit so that it looks like the rest of your project. This is a chipboard that will also see this is the finished piece. Here's the bigger compass. Time may pass, but the journey will shape us. And then here's the little one. This is the chipboard. So when you add some color to that, you can do that before you glue on the back. So once you get a little color added onto that, take time to make memories will be on the back of that one. And then you have time may pass, goes on with the larger compass. And the clock, there's a couple of options. It looks like we did that a couple different ways. So you're going to add the clock to the orange circle. And there's a couple of circles left here. So this can go on around it like that if you want it to. Then you can add this. Or do just the opposite. You can make it look like more of a complete blue circle, and then add your thin little, so that's just up to you, however you want to finish it. This orange does go on the back, but you can add these little skinny circles in any manner that you choose. And then one more little flat back rhinestone goes right in the middle. And we are done. You know what? Should we? Do you want to bring me that?
Album.
The album, and
Hear it again.
yeah, we'll flip through it a little slower this time so we can see it, and I'll stick it right here in front of me while the camera's already on.
There's that, and I'll grab the album. That's all the
Okay,
info.
so here's a little bit about that weekend. It's a 3-day scrapbook weekend. We've done this for years. I think 2008 was our first year in Centralia here, and then this year in York, Pennsylvania, in end of August. Palm Springs, the 21st of August. Dallas, Texas, Dallas-Fort Worth, in the Fort Worth area, September 25th. Centralia, September 11th. It's the weekend after Labor Day. And then if you can't make it to any of those, we do the same exact thing with an online course all throughout the weekend of November 13th through the 15th. So you get 9 classes, 28 pages, 4 mini projects, the actual 12 by 12 album, 2 evening crop parties, loads of thank you gifts, multiple chances for prizes, make and takes. Free make and takes, and then there's charity make and takes, a tote bag, same table space all weekend, catered lunches on Saturday and Sunday, and then we give away lots of grand prizes. And this is for only $359 for at least $500 worth of product. So I'm going to flip through this really quick right here again, just to so you can you move this thing right here?
We also just posted a video about it on our Facebook page. And if you could help interact with that, we would absolutely love you if you could leave a comment on there. We're actually going to give away a prize to one of the random comments. If you go, after we close this video, if you go to our private reserve video post and you interact with that, we would so much appreciate it if you've gone to one before, to let people know exactly how much fun it is. So after we go through this, we'll shut off the video, but we posted it on our website, on our Facebook page, so you can interact with that video and have a chance to win a prize.
These papers are absolutely gorgeous. I don't think we've used these anywhere yet, have we?
No.
No, these are brand new, so you get all the new papers. This one is brand new. Got all the cool film strips on this one. Wishing Time Could Stand Still. Gorgeous, soft blues and teals. Here's a little more brightness. And this little guy works like this. So it's on the outside of your page protector, and it's a waterfall that you can, I'll show you how to put together. This one is My Whole World. So if it looks like it's just a travel page, it's not really. My Whole World can be anything from your kids to your grandkids. And this has all this little space for lots more pictures. Look at all of this. Pretty awesome. Lots more space. Okay, and then there's more with that same paper. And this is just a little more subtle map paper with an interactive book that opens up with a pocket for a tag. Life's a journey, enjoy the ride. And this is This is one of the Sunday classes. This is one of the Sunday classes. So on the road again, we all have an on the road again story. This is part of the bonus classes. This is the follow your inner compass and wander in that direction. And here is lots more spaces for more pictures on this side, along with little film strips. More compasses. This is also a bonus class. May your days be filled with full of discovery and your paths full of joy. And this little guy right here opens up with a little pocket to tuck more photos that you don't have room for on your page, but you want to keep them in the same spot. Here's the third and fourth page to that one. That's a bonus class. This is also a bonus class. Let your dreams soar. Gorgeous papers. I love these. And this little pocket here, this little book that opens up on the outside of your page protector. Wish upon a star. Sweet summer, best day ever, fun in the sun. And then again we have a little interactive book over here with lots of spaces for more pictures. Here's more sun pictures. And some of these are part of the, if you order the bonus pack, is that what you call it, the bonus pack, if they want extra? Then you get some of these inside of that. So there is just a ton of things for that weekend. So come see us, sign up, and either sign up online and join us in November, or find a venue that's right close to you, or even if it's not close. We have a lot of people go from Palm Springs to York, or York to Palm Springs, or just a lot of stuff to do. So we'll be back at 1 o'clock. No, wait.
Let's see.
Is that right?
What's the schedule? 1:15.
1:15.
The last one, yeah. So we got about 15 minutes.
1:15. Okay, we'll be back at 1:15, so see you then.
When we close this out, head back to our Facebook page, and we posted about our private reserve. And if you could share that, comment on it, let us know which one you're going to, what's your favorite part. We would absolutely love it. We'll see you in 15 minutes. 1:15.